Okay, what I'm going to go over today is I found something new that's kind of cool. It's called a HAL2 charging station. Now, the only place I've seen them is in my home state of Washington State. And they're a privately funded thing, and they're putting these stations in places for, that maybe it's a museum. The one I'm showing you here is a museum. But they charge your car, and I didn't know these even existed. I thought you could charge a car with a level 2 charging system for about 30 amps. That's all I really figured you could do. There is, however, a HAL2 charging station. That means high amperage level 2. That will charge 70 to 80 amps depending on what your car will take. Now, this does not have to use the DC charging system. This is an AC charging system. It's just hooked up to the grid. There's no DC circuitry or anything like that in it. And they're all free. Now, most of them are located in central to northern Washington State. I mean, there's probably some all over the country. You guys will tell me, I'm sure. But these are kind of neat stations. A lot of them ask if it's at something like a museum, they'll ask you for a donation or something, and you can donate something. But it doesn't cost them very much either. Because, you're going to put about 20 kW an hour into that car. And really what these things are designed for is not to pump that car full. It's you got a trip, and well, I'll give you an example of a trip. I'm going down to visit my cousin. He's 110 miles away. Okay, it's a 220-mile round trip. Okay, we're real mild temperatures right now. The road is a 60-mile-an-hour road. I can probably make that. But I'm going to come back on electrical fumes. So I would rather not do that. I like to cut myself a little more slack in there. Plus, if I want to go out of my way a little bit. So in Davenport, Washington, which is a small town, kind of central Washington, there's a museum, and it's, this picture you're seeing on the side is that little museum. Well, you can't see the museum, you just see the charging station, but it's just a J charging station. I could go there and I could add, say, a half an hour, spend a half an hour there, maybe fool around the museum, which is really kind of neat. And then continue on my way and have added, 50 miles? So that gets me back from a trip that's fairly long. There's another one I'm planning on doing, going to Grand Coulee Dam. There's a station there, right there in Grand Coulee. I'll probably take that trip. It's about the same distance. And I'll pump up while I get there, and if I got in trouble, Davenport's on the way. So anyway, it's kind of neat. HAL2 charging stations. Something I didn't know existed, but that are kind of cool, especially because they're free. That's it on this one.